What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is November the 27th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So as far as data points, so far we did have a GDP as well as initial jobless claims. So initial jobless claims was lower than anticipated, so 213 versus 215, the forecast. So generally good stuff for that. And then GDP came in line with expectations, so 2.8 the actual, and then 2.8 the forecast. So pretty good stuff in roughly about an hour. We'll find out what PCE is, so that should be a fun old time. But until then, market seems to like that. Futures are slightly neutral, but given where they were, it's definitely a nice improvement. So NASDAQ right now is down 0.12, S&P down is pretty much flat, and then Dow is up 0.13%. Fear and greed index is under the greed category, so people's appetite for risk is on the table. Very apparent on a lot of stocks I'm going to be going over. Starting off though with SoFi. SoFi is recovering from yesterday's, in my opinion, unjustified pullback. No news, no SEC filing, so it is kind of just piggybacking off of the broader market. 13.54% of the free float is being shorted, so shorts did return a good roughly around 5 million shares yesterday. So shorts are starting to feel the pain, and this is where you're seeing this dollar value start to go down a lot more than in relation to kind of the stock price. So yeah, more and more shorts are returning, and I do anticipate that to continue up until probably around that 11% range. That's just my prediction, of course, but as of right now, with it at $15.67 pre-market, it is trading between this R1 and this pivot. So 15 is going to be the strong support. I don't see that being touched whatsoever. And then 1580, that is going to be the next target for SoFi. And given everything, I think that PCE, if positive, that's going to be that deciding push that is able to kind of break it above that and maybe hit a new all-time high or a 52-week high today of 1609. So that's currently the high. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I think SoFi's recovery today is definitely justified. And the technicals, it is kind of choppy yesterday a little bit. You had a lot more selling coming from large entities, but I think just SoFi bigger picture is going to do absolutely amazing. So moving on, NIO is up 2.55%. No actual news associated to NIO, no SEC filings, nothing like that. Rather, just the fact that a lot of the countries that Trump was going after, so Canada, Mexico, as well as China, all did retaliate and respond. So I think that's being seen as a fairly positive thing, in my opinion. Aside from that, though, shorts have been really pouncing all over NIO. So currently 15.33% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 204.74 million shares overall are being shorted. So they're kind of the opposite of SoFi. So a lot of shorts kind of just sense the geopolitical issues and just operational kind of deficiencies based on their week-to-week numbers, registration numbers. It's just not the best. But as of right now, with it at $4.41, it is trading between this S1 and this S2. So it did bounce off of this general kind of support of 432. So just kind of watch for that for later today. And then flip side, $4.89 is going to be that next strong target / resistance. So kind of just watch for that. But in my opinion, it won't be touching this S1 today. And unless there is actual stimulus news, I don't think anything like that will be touched, at least in the foreseeable futures. NIO's technicals look absolutely horrific, so not the best. But ticker RGTI is getting a lot of attention once again. This stock I have nothing invested in them, but I don't like the fact that what recently happened. So it had a very nice run and then it diluted. And so I brought this up yesterday on how I absolutely can't stand any company doing this type of stuff. But it seems to be short-lived because the market doesn't seem to care. So it's going up 15%. No actual news associated to the company today or anything, but this is what is driving it higher. So the fear and greed index, so people's appetite for risk is on the table, and basically, why not propel RGTI higher? So this is all agreed. So do your own due diligence, tread cautiously, and all the other fun jazz. It is on the threshold list. 16.41% of the free float is being shorted. Utilization is 96.27. So fairly high for that. But still, do your own due diligence. Right now with at 253, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So just watch for it to get above this 276. Then if that is able to do that, then you never know. You could see threes and heaven forbid, maybe even fours. But it all comes down to catalysts and people's willingness to kind of buy. So do your own due diligence for the third time. Ticker MSTR. So MicroStrategy is recovering from yesterday's sell-off. This one I actually did sell some puts on. So if you don't know what options is, if you're selling puts, you essentially are going to be buying it if it does go below your strike price. If it goes above, you get to keep your premium. It's kind of a win-win, and I felt yesterday's pullback was unjustified. No actual news associated to the company itself for today to kind of justify this recovery, aside from just crypto recovering. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. But MSTR is somewhat shorted. 12.62% of the free float is being shorted, but generally shorts have been learning their lesson and have been exiting. So they've definitely seen a full retracement based on all of that. But right now with that at 381, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. So just watch for 356. The support to hold. Flip side, 434 is going to be that next strong target / resistance, and you never know, it could get hit. Just have to wait and see. People's appetite for risk, like I said, is on the table, and PCE is just coming out fairly soon, so that could be that deciding point to push it higher. And then similar nature, a lot of volume is getting into Mara. So it is up 3.6% just because of cryptocurrency, and it is also heavily shorted. 21.06% of the free float is being shorted, but similarly to MSTR and SoFi, shorts have been really losing their asses quite a lot. So the peak was on September the 13th, 33.25% of the free float being shorted. So shorts have been returning quite a lot and losing a lot. And right now with 25.90, it is trading between these 2 points. So it's R1 and the pivot. So 23.49 is going to be that strong support. I don't see that being touched today. And then flip side, 26.92 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. And even though it's having a nice recovery and a lot of good volume, I can't see this R1 being touched either. So most likely it's just going to trade within this set parameters. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I do feel that cryptocurrency is going to have a very nice recovery. If you're interested in finding out my thoughts or other buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto, pop over to my Patreon, link in the description below and also the comments. I give a lot of buy signals, and a lot of them have been absolute bangers, home runs, so pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.